Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871. Check out this gem. This Jeep is absolutely beautiful. I mean, truly. Very cute. Smurfy. If I'm not mistaken, it was a young lady that pulled in, driving it. Maybe the Smurfette indicates that it's her vehicle. Power winch. And what are you doing, young lady, that you need a power winch? Some intensified strobe lights. Well, I don't know if they strobe or... But this vehicle is absolutely beautiful. The design, the color, beautiful. She was a small woman too, small young lady. Were she to get a flat, would she be able to handle that thing? Hell, I don't think I'd be able to handle it. Woo. The point, I am not anti-car, okay? Some of you may be thinking that. I do indeed believe that the automobile definitely has its place in our society. I don't exactly want or expect the populace to just simply abandon their vehicles for bicycles. I've been advocating that you don't need, really monster things like this just for coming to Acme. I get it though. It's probably fun to drive. It's probably, cool, things like that. When you talk about that, you then segue into a lot of personal questions. Meaning, how much did that thing cost? What kind of job do you have to pay for it? What does the job demand of you? These are all personal questions that I can't answer for the owner. Home and vehicle. They're the two biggest things that people pay for. Does the young lady own this Jeep, or does the Jeep own the young lady? I don't know. I'm pointing this out. One of the reasons is that a couple nights ago, here in the complex here near Walmart, apparently sympathizers of our teenage party car gets totally controlled. Sympathizers of them who obviously have seen the blog, and as they round the corner, okay, in a Jeep, nowhere near as decked out as that, but in a Jeep, a black Jeep if I'm not mistaken, the young white male in the passenger side, he literally rolls down the window, leans out or sits in the windowsill of the passenger seat and shouts over the hood of the vehicle to me as they round the corner, and he says to me, "Hey, is that bicycle buy here, pay here?" Obviously a jab at the comments that I made in the description of the teenage party car, because the vehicles, they do tend to be older. They do tend to be older, and a lot of older vehicles do indeed end up at the buy here, pay here lots. But anyway, I laugh because he's so young. I don't even know if he's even aware of the hit song that's like oh, this phone, like maybe 20 years old by now, I think. And he was literally hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. It was funny. You couldn't have scripted it any better. But he commented on the teenage party car again, saying again that is my bicycle, buy here, pay here. So, seeing as how he was kind enough to comment on the page, I hopped over to his YouTube channel, and apparently he does have a vehicle, so it isn't just simply always the passenger side of his best friend ride that he hangs out in, or presumably it's his vehicle. A Chevy Cobalt. Chevy Cobalt. Hey, if it makes him happy, it makes him happy. One of the things I'm a big believer of is, no matter who we are, what our passions are in life, you only get one life. If those cars make you that happy, then, man, be happy. That's all I can really tell you. As beautiful and as decked out. Look at this. Is that brass knuckle? Somebody told me those are called the oh shit handles. Like when they gun the engine and round a corner and you grab something, it's called the oh shit handle. Brass knuckle oh shit handles. That is so cool. It's got a kicker sound system or something. Sound system? I don't know too much about sound systems. If this is your passion in life and this is what makes you happy, if this is what sustains you, like I said, it's a personal question. I can't answer these things for you. I can't tell you that you're stupid or that you're wrong for pumping infinite amounts of money, into big auto industry. One of the things I will say about the Fast and Furious crowd, because that Mercedes and the Nissan, they're the Fast and the Furious crowd. They get a lot of your cheaper base cars, like dude, I'm not taking a jab at your car, your Chevy Cobalt, but I'm saying it's like a base vehicle, 4-cylinder, maybe 6-cylinder. And because somebody had also commented on the teenage party car video, saying or assuming that the issue I took with it was the sound the engine was making. They were saying that's a something muffler, exhaust system, whatever it was. I don't take issue with the way the car sounds. I'm taking issue with the way you're driving the car. You're weaving it aggressively through traffic, because you're playing with each other. You're playing vehicular tag. Zooming around each other, and you think it's fun, and you're young, and it's all, it's always. It sounds cliche, but it's true. It's always fun until somebody gets hurt, and then you have to go to the court, or should I say, you and your parents have to go to the court. Your parents are making impassioned pleas. Your Honor, they're good kids. They got their whole life ahead of them. Please. Probably one of the most grotesque examples of this is our affluenza team. Was it Ethan Couch? My God, you murdered 4 people and you couldn't even abide by your probation terms. Jesus Christ. Why? Because it's always a fucking party, And as we learn, you don't got to be fucking rich, to have that kind of disregard for people's safety, The biggest thing you got to remember is that these are multi-ton vehicles, okay? It's going to take you a hell of a lot longer to stop than it is a bicycle. I'm going to see if I can find it. And if it's linked down below, then it means I found it. If it's not, then it means I couldn't find it. But there is a mother, a woman, broken heart, her adult son. He loved his motorcycle. He was speeding, and he ended up crashing and killing himself. And she wanted to, because he was a moto vlogger. You know, he has his camera mounted on his helmet and things of sort like that. They call them moto vloggers, and that's cool, you know. But he was speeding, and he was driving his motorcycle in a reckless fashion that ultimately resulted in his death. But the gripping part of the video, because the whole thing was captured on video, it was only about 3 seconds prior to the crash that you heard him scream out, "No! No!" What that no meant, that shouted out no, what it meant is that it was at that moment he realized he did not have control. Up until then, the speeding, the zooming, he felt he had control. He felt that he could have handled whatever it was the road could throw his way, because he has full mastery of his motor vehicle, until 3 seconds prior. And the reason why I point this out is because you guys think that I'm some old dude, probably see me as old now, stick up his ass, you know, quit being so fucking old or whatever, you know. What does I heard somebody say? Let them enjoy their Z350 or whatever the Nissan is called. Let people enjoy their car. Okay. Well, our moto vlogger, he was enjoying his motorcycle until 3 seconds prior to imminent collision, where he lost his life, and he felt that he was in control, and he was not in control, and the death, the loss of control, the situation that culminated in his loss of control and collision, it happened so quickly, so fast, that he could not regain control. Yeah, so there you go. The thumbnail I'm going to use, the screen grab from Jay Cusac. Am I pronouncing that right, Jay? Cusac? Any relation to Joan? It's not spelled the same, so I guess not. But yeah, so screen grab. Yes, he says I should. He's telling me to ride my bicycle in the bicycle lane. What bicycle lane? There's no bicycle lane. You know, as some of my older subscribers know, I am not an anti-segregationist cyclist. In case, for those of you who don't know, anti-segregationist cyclists are cyclists. There are a demographic of the cycling community who refuse to use segregated bicycle infrastructure like bicycle lanes, bicycle paths. It is their personalized belief that every lane is a bicycle lane, meaning every lane on the road is a bicycle lane. Hey, you're welcome to argue that as you want, but as I've said and reiterated a number of times, if it's there, then I use it. If it's not there, and if the infrastructure is excessively narrow and not able to accommodate side-by-side travel, well then yeah, I'm going to have to use lane control until our shoulder re-emerges, you know. A shoulder, might I add, that quite frankly, according to the New Jersey State Supreme Court, I'm not even entitled to use anyway, but that's a whole nother argument. Anyway, so like I say, there wasn't even he's telling me to use a bicycle lane. There is no bicycle lane. How else am I to access our left-hand turning lane if not to migrate my vehicle over? Excuse me, may I ask, this is your car?
Yeah.
It's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, it's wonderful. I won't turn the camera around or anything. I don't want to, or nothing like that. But she's a physically fit lady too. Definitely. She's definitely physically fit. Anyway, getting back to my point, it's that there was no bicycle infrastructure. Obviously, how else am I to do this? If I'm not mistaken, it was in the news, in our news. Uber, apparently somebody, I don't know the details, whether or not who it was that disabled this Uber self-driving vehicle. Apparently somebody said that there was a portion of its emergency braking system, the program, the software, the whatever, had been disabled or turned off. I don't know if it was a driver that did it. I don't know if it was somebody at headquarters, or I don't know who exactly did this. But nevertheless, the point is that this person was walking their bicycle across like a 4-lane highway, similar to our Route 40. And I'll let you guys see a little bit of it in action. Like I say, it is a beautiful vehicle, truly is. All right. And obviously it definitely has a sound system. She's not shy about using it. Anyway. Yes, so basically jaywalking her bicycle across a multi-lane highway, like our Route 40 here in South Jersey, with vehicles traveling, 50, 60 miles an hour. My point is that even if that braking system was fully activated, hell, even if it was a person behind the wheel paying complete attention, dark night, pitch black at night, you cannot usurp the laws of physics. Bodies in motion, okay? These vehicles need time to stop. And if you are emerging out of the darkness, coming to within the field of their headlights, the headlights, it bathes only X amount of the tarmac ahead of you. You can only see but so far ahead of you at night, and here we are seeing this come out of, somebody walking their bicycle across this, and so I'm saying that because, Jay wants me to not utilize the road, let alone the left-hand turn lane. Am I to just simply jaywalk my bicycle across Route 40 until I get over here in our festival mall? I don't know. You tell me. That gets me killed. You see, that gets you killed. So Jay, along with a few others, have said, if you keep doing that, you're going to get hit. Well, guess what? I've already been the victim of 2 hit and runs trying to lane share, riding my bicycle in the fashion that the police are harassing and demanding that I do. So, like I say, experience tells me otherwise, It's why the bicycle manual reads the way it does, okay? Nobody's authoring a manual to facilitate your death. We have rights to the road, equal rights to the road, okay? And guess what? We're going to use that road. So there you go. All right, that's it. There's my baby. Well, you might not be a decked out Jeep, but I love you, Black Rider. Total Control 871.